When it comes to your health and your children's health, recent research has shown that current policies are a good start, but it's going to take more than just a get them up and moving, widespread public health initiative to reverse the trend of childhood obesity.
Yeah, according to an article this week in Pediatrics, when it comes to childhood obesity, direct medical costs are more than $19,000 per child. And that does not account for non-medical costs such as productivity impacts and health-related quality of life. Just considering today's 10-year-old children with obesity, direct medical costs alone will be $19 billion. Parenting Magazine goes on to say that complacency in childhood obesity is costly.
Now, the other study published in JAMA Pediatrics shows that while the overall growth in obesity rates may have slowed, severe obesity rates are continuing to grow. The authors conclude that the high prevalence and upward trend of more severe forms of obesity will likely require more intensive interventions than can be done through widespread public health efforts. ConscionHealth.org says recent declarations of progress were, quote, clearly wishful thinking, end quote. Now, doctors say this is an illness of metabolism. So it's not enough to tell children just eat less and exercise more. And now an expert has the tool that she believes can enable you to help your children.
Psychological challenges are enormous for overweight and obese children. They're constantly compared to normal weight children and put down.
One of the populations that is most at risk are preschoolers. And they basically are teased miserably, if you can believe that, a chubby 3-year-old, 4-year-old.
Child obesity expert Dr. Melinda Sothern took her decades of research and wrote Safe and Effective Exercise for Overweight Youth, a first-of-its-kind guide to help teachers, doctors, parents, and people who work with children.
We know that being obese as a child is just an outward sign that something is really wrong with their muscles and their organs. And that's the scariest part.
She says exercises have to be modified since it's harder for them, but exercise, including weightlifting, is crucial.
It does change the structure of their muscles, and it makes their muscles better fat burners.
If exercise is not fun and games, they'll learn to hate it.
Their bodies are really designed for those short bursts, which is the type of activity they'll do if they play chase or hide and seek, or hopscotch or jump rope.
Motivation must be positive.
By the end of 3 months, most children, if they follow the program in the book, will have about a 25% increase in fitness.
So you got to change how you're doing things. Instead of saying, why are you lying on the couch? It's going to make you as big as a house. Redirect. Say, you look like you're bored. Would you like to go for a walk and talk about school? Would you like to help me clean the house? Would you like to go play with your friends and shoot hoops? Would you like to ride your bike? Also, Dr. Sothern's book about exercise shows how to change weightlifting habits, flexibility, and aerobics so that even overweight children can do them long enough to get the training benefits. She's written a previous book called Trim Kids, in which she focused on diet.
It's all about scaling it to what the kids can do and will enjoy doing. And maybe there's another way to approach your kids about how much time they're in front of the screen instead of exercise, and experts call them the M2 generation. Today's highly technological children whose lives seem to revolve around the media, television, computers, music, mobile devices, and video games. It seems there is no limit to the amount of time children spend with media devices. And that's having an incredible impact on the lack of physical fitness and the prevalence of obesity in our kids. Have you ever heard of Exer-Gaming? Kids all over the world are doing it. Exercise video games that get you up and moving. Sales are projected to reach $40 billion by next year. But that's not the only impressive number being totaled by these games. Pounds are also falling off teens struggling to lose weight.
Because it's fun, it'll help me, stick to exercise.
Exer-Gaming is Tiffany Roberson's solution for dropping a few pounds. She's a high school senior and participant in a study focused on the impact of dance Exer-Gaming on overweight and obese teen girls.
We'll be able to tell whether gaming actually affects their weight and their health.
Now, Dr. Amanda Saiano wants to find out if Exer-Gaming can become a new tool in the fight against childhood obesity.
We find, especially with African American girls, that dance is a fun way to get together in a group of friends, that oftentimes the girls will kind of forget that they're exercising because they just enjoy the dance and the movement.
But when it comes to burning calories, do these pulse-pounding Exer-Games stack up to the regular exercise? A moderate 3-mile-per-hour walk burns 120 calories per half hour. Dancing with a video game burns 159 calories per 30 minutes. Boxing, 216 calories. Tennis, 159. Bowling, 117. And golf, 93 calories per half hour. Like most teens, Tiffany doesn't like traditional exercises, so now she's committed to dance her way to a healthier life.
No, I just want to feel healthier. I think it'll help me better with every aspect, you know, like school, just how I feel about myself. You know, I just think it'll help.
And doctors say it's not just about Exer-Gaming, but the intensity at which you Exer-Game. Just like traditional exercise, if you don't put in the effort, you won't see the results. You just got to kind of get out of your comfort zone a little bit more each time.
So I can't just watch them exercise and
No.
doesn't work that way.
Not going to work.
Okay. Well, turning our attention from our family's health to the health of our home, let's start with the roof. It goes without saying, a leaky roof can lead to a whole host of problems inside your home. One way to prevent problems is to know when it's time to replace your roof. Coming up, signs to look for and what you can expect when the work is done.
And it's not hard to figure out when your deck needs some attention. Maybe it needs a new coat of stain. Whether you do it yourself or hire a professional, find out what you need to know about giving the old wood a new look. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.